Hey friends, welcome back again to Bravo Card Design. My name is John MK, and today we are going to be learning how we can use these two tools in Solidwork. The first tool is Lofted base tool, and the next tool is shell tool, and how we can apply these two tools to design such kind of a model or like of a grass, as you can see here, and apply some material of gold. So guys, if it is your first time to come to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing, comment below, and like my video. Don't forget to share to your friends as well who would like to learn SolidWorks. So without much ado, let's get started and see how we can use these tools to design such kind of a model of a grass. The first thing you have to do, you have to open a new file. Come here, select part option, and click OK. On our new workspace, you can see the first thing we have to do, we have to choose one of the default plane references, which we are going to choose a top plane. First, we have to understand that for you to make a Lofted boss tool, or a tool that have been made using or a part that have been made using tools of Lofted boss or base, first of all you have to create several planes depending on the kind of model that you want to design. Well, for us, we want to just know how we can apply this Lofted boss. So for better understanding, I decided to design a model of kind of a grass that we can use to drink water. So what we do when you want to design like a grass, you have to create around 4 planes. And for you to create multiple planes, first of all, you can choose one of the default plane references from this property manager here. Then after clicking it, on your toolbar, you can see that this option, reference geometry. Just click on this drop-down menu and select plane. Once you select on it, you see another plane will appear right here. This will be a second plane because we already had our first plane, which was our default reference plane. We can assign it some distance from the base and say a distance, let's say like 25. And then click OK. Now let's just make it 20 and click OK. So as I have said earlier, let's make this first of all visible by clicking show option. We have to create 4 planes. So we already have 2 planes. We have to create 2 more planes. Just click on this new plane that you have created here, this one. Then come on reference geometry and add another plane. Click on plane option. Another plane will be added automatically. Now on this plane, we can give it a distance of, let's say 15. Let's give it a distance of 20 millimeter as well, and click OK. So now we already have 3 planes. Another plane, which is the last plane, we are going to create it using the same procedure as we have done in the previous one. So here we can just correct, we can make it 30 millimeter and click OK. So here we go, we already have our 4 planes already made in our SolidWorks canvas or workspace. The next procedure, we have to go to the sketching mode. First, in every sketch we have to draw the shape in which we want our grass to look like. Now you know our grass will be like a circular shape. It will have several circles which will be lofted together to create the whole solid model. So just click on this bottom plane and click on this option OK. Then just come here on this circle and create a circle which will be our first entity. We can give it some dimension, and let's say a dimension of 75 millimeter and click OK. So just exit from this sketching mode and go to the next plane. For all the 4 planes, you have to do the same. step by step. Just come on this sketch. Okay. Now notice that our next circle should not be larger than the bottom one, because the bottom is the base. For a glass to be stable, it should have a big base compared to the other part of the glass. So we can call it, let's say, we can give it 30 millimeter as a diameter. Now let's give it a smaller diameter, let's say 15 millimeter. Click OK. Now we can go to our third plane. First, let's exit from this sketching mode and go to our third plane. Just right click on it and select this sketch option. We are going to be doing the same for all the other planes. So for this sketch, a little bit larger than the previous one. We're gonna make it let's give it a length of around that 5 millimeter, or let's say 45 millimeter. Click OK and exit from this sketching mode. You see, now our last plane, which is the top plane, right click, sketch mode, tool entity, circle, and now sketch the last circle here and give it some smart dimension. Let's give it some smart dimension of around 60 millimeter. Exit from sketching mode. Now here we have our outline of how our grass is going to look like. I think the bottom circle must be a little bit larger than the required. Let's just edit it and reduce it to 65 millimeter and exit from sketching mode. Yeah, now there we go. Let's see how we can apply our features, which is Lofted boss features or tool, to draw a grass or to draw any model that you want to draw in Solidwork. Just click on this Lofted boss tool, and then on the profile option under your property manager, select the bottom circle, and you should be careful enough to select at the end. If you are going to start from this end, you should select at the end of all the glasses. But if you don't select them in a linear way, in a linear manner, you are going to get a misalignment on your grass model. So just select on this bottom or base circle, then select on next circle. You can see the preview. Select on this circle, then select on the last circle. Here we have our preview of our circle of our grass. You see, let's reduce the thickness or the size of the bottom circle. I think till now it's still large. Let's give it a 60 millimeter and exit. Somehow kind of good. Let's reduce the thickness of the other, so by 5 millimeter. If this one was 45, let's say it's gonna be 40. And the top portion, you can reduce it by also 5 or 10 millimeter. Let's reduce it by 10 millimeter. The bottom one, I still think we need to reduce it again. Let's give it 50 millimeter also. See what we got. There we go. Now we can hide all these prints that we have drawn earlier. And that's it. Here we have our grass model, as you can see, and that's basically how you can apply a lofted boss tool and lofted base tool in Solidwork, which are found under your features command category. Now if you want to make a hole in this grass, of course there's no grass without a hole, unless it is not for drinking something. But if you want to make a hole here, you just come on this option here. There's a tool called shell on your command category features. Just click on this shell tool and select from the top where you want your shell or your hole to begin. You can just come here and click the thickness that you want your shell to have. Once you click OK, you can see now your grass is having a hole. Your grass now can be filled with water or with any kind of liquid. You can see. And because this corners they are sharp, they might harm someone. They can cut your ribs if you are drinking water, or yeah, they can, or even if you are holding it, they can cut, they can damage your arm. So what you have to do, just apply the fillet and give it some dimension of around 0.4 millimeter. Let's give it some fillet of 0.5 millimeter and click OK. And the bottom one also click OK. Now you see our grass, now you can use it for drinking, and also is comfortable for holding without getting an injury or a cut on your ribs or on your hands. So let's change the background and see white. So that's basically how you can use share tool and lofted boss tool under the command category features in Solidwork to draw such kind of nice model in Solidwork. So let's assign it some material like I've shown at the beginning of the video, and give it some material, let's say diamond or gold, polished gold. Here we go. The material is assigned, the model is completed. You have seen how you can apply lofted boss tool and share tools in Solidwork to draw such kind of a model. So thank you very much guys. I hope you have learned something today, and I hope this video have been of great help to you. Hope you subscribe to my channel, comment below, and don't forget to like my video and share to your friends who might be wanting to learn Solidwork. So thank you very much for your support, and God bless you. See you next time.